Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it feels, I must admit it, kind of weird to talk only with cameras now, but this is the situation we're all facing, not just in Kosovo, but all over the world with the corona pandemic. I would have imagined it differently, like in previous editions also of the Kosovo Sustainable Development Week. But I'm all the more grateful also to the Balkan Green Foundation to have found this alternative format of at least giving me the possibility to make some points on where we're going on green energy, renewables, and many other points which will hopefully develop even further over the next years. We are in a kind of reset mode, not just in Kosovo, all over the world. The new president of the European Commission, when she took up her mandate, proposed a new Green Deal to the European Union. And this is something which is very much being revisited now with the plans for restructuring economy after the COVID crisis all over Europe. Also in Germany, we're thinking about relating aid packages also for a turnaround with respect to ecology and new models of sustainable, not just economy, but social and economic development. I think there is a huge chance also for Kosovo in this. Let's be very clear, the challenges we are facing are absolutely unique. We haven't seen something like this in modern history, where the whole world is grasped by this crisis, and the whole world has to reinvent itself. It might also be a chance for real progress in many key sectors, also for this country, with respect to environmental issues. It's about energy. Why, for example, can't we move on with energy efficiency? Like, there are figures which say that Kosovo could save 50% of its energy consumption with real energy efficiency. We, from Germany, are very much engaged in this via GIZ for years now. Other actors are as well. I would very much plead to put this together with the substantial economic aid coming from the European Union into a strategy to push these, first of all, efficiency technologies, but also renewable technologies and all kinds of other initiatives to make a real impact on the lives of Kosovar citizens. Revolutionary ideas are possible. Think big, that was what we tried to do together with the municipality of Pristina, when with KfW and the municipality, we pushed for a project to revitalize the district heating in Pristina some years ago. Not by having it run with heavy motor oil or heavy diesel, but simply by using the heat generated in Obilic for the district heating. And, surprise, it worked. Company highly in deficits, Thermokos suddenly became profitable, and with some 80 million tons of CO2 saved each year, simply by using the co-generated heat there. We're pushing this further because our financial institutions can no longer support projects which are related to CO2 generating industries, like in the case of Obilic running on lignite. Something new was developed. So now we are going into solar generated district heating, which will be a first in the whole region. When this project comes into being, it will be the second biggest solar district heating or solar heating project in Europe after the biggest one in Denmark. I'm just citing this example because it shows that when you put the right minds together, Kosovar and partners from abroad, you can do big things. And this is something also relating a lot to the energy mix in Kosovo in general. There is an enormous potential for renewables. We all know that. It's not just about what now the European Union is going to implement, filtering down the emissions of the lignite plant in Obilic, but in the long run, using the natural resources of Kosovo in a way that does not impact on citizens as it did before, not just on their health, but also on the budget of this country. Kosovo, I have cited that on several occasions, has twice the amount of sunshine we have in Germany. There is hydropower, there is solar power, there is wind power. In a German-Israeli consortium, a new wind plant is being built as we speak, which will generate roughly 105 megawatts each year of electricity. And simply by having those huge windmills running in the mountains a little outside of Mitrovica. This shows change is possible. So I would really like to see the opportunity of the crisis. There is the saying, never miss a good crisis, to impact on environmental change. Environmental change, yes, it's very much about energy, but it's also about other sectors which privately also disturbed me a lot in the time I spent here in Kosovo. That is, for example, waste management. We have a waste problem here in Kosovo because landfills have to be properly organized, but there also has to be more awareness in the public. People sometimes laugh at me in my local supermarkets when I walk up with a shopping bag instead of taking a plastic bag. I mean, you could say 1 or 2 plastic bags a day, what difference does it make? But if everybody were to react that way, by reusing bags and, well, not having the one-time use and then seeing them take off into nature, it would make a change. I often wonder how people's homes look. Do they throw trash on the floor? I don't think so. So why is it that there is not more awareness of the natural beauties every Kosovar is rightly proud of by not littering out in the nature? And yes, the still developing system of waste management might serve as one excuse, but I think it's also very much about simply implementing legislation. And that if you see somebody from his pickup just throwing waste bags into nature and you see a police car driving by, I would expect this police car to stop and to book the guy who just did it. And as long as fines are not just on paper, but also used to discipline those people who don't care about the surroundings we all live in, well, as long as we don't have that, we can have the best waste management system in the country, it will still not work. So I think there's a huge challenge in developing parallelly public awareness and simply respect for the surrounding every Kosovar lives in. and at the same time also further developing waste management, maybe also by already starting in the packaging industry. Another point, because rightly the Kosovar economy will and businesses will need lots of support, like in Germany, to overcome the current consequences of the corona crisis. So why not use this to set incentives for turnarounds in sectors of economy? The way production is being made with energy efficiency, then also environmental aspects being more respected. These are the discussions we are leading right now within the European Union. As I mentioned, Mrs. von der Leyen's new Green Deal can also serve as a real job creation machine. I've said it often enough on such occasions that new environmental sectors of economy can be also translated into the creation of jobs. That is what happened in Germany, that is what happened in many other places. And it's not just theory. Over the past months, Germany for the first time had more than 50% of its energy mix fueled, if I may put it that way, by renewable energy sources. So the turnaround is happening, and I would be very happy to see that Kosovo would also join in that momentum, taking things further, because this is where the European Union wants to go. And when I always wince when people here talk about us and Europe, this is Europe geographically. The thing now is to also go further into adapting with, well, also the environmental standards of the European Union, and taking this challenge once more also as an opportunity to scale up not just the standards in legislation, but also in very practical terms here in Kosovo. That would be my wish for the near future, when it will come to pay out and decide what to prioritize when the aid packages from not just the European Union, but also international financial institutions, and in the end also Kosovo taxpayers' money, will be funneled into making the economy run again. And the economy, that is business, that is production, that is consumers, to all give them new directions for their energy, which would then be in the direction of this European new Green Deal. And I think this country absolutely has the potential, not just by its structures, but also by the engagement of people to get this going. So on this path, I wish a lot of success and hopefully also some real progress, because in the end, whatever we do as international partners is also to incite politics and structures in this country to move along this path, because we know it can be done. If you judge by the people in this country, I know it can be done. Then, with government structures, they should be more confident in their people to get this going. Thank you.